Today, we're going to be looking at alternative techniques for playing the bass drum. So far, we've mostly been playing in a heel down or flat-footed position, but it's worth investigating a few other ways of playing the bass drum using a more heel up approach, or using a combination of foot and leg strokes to play multiple notes on the bass drum. It's also worth noting now that for all the bass drum techniques we look at today, the beater must not be kept against the bass drum head after each stroke, but instead should rebound away from the head to its start position. Let's take a closer look at the bass drum foot using a normal heel down or flat-footed technique. With a heel down playing technique, your foot should be rested on the foot plate with the beater back away from the drum head. Your leg and foot should be relaxed, and then we release the beater slightly, and using the muscles on the shin part of the leg in conjunction with rotation at the ankle, the foot pushes the beater forward. The beater should then come off the head after having struck the drum and should return to the start position. Exercise 1. Heel down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can take a look at some heel up techniques. At this point, it's worth mentioning that although we refer to these techniques as heel up, most people play a system whereby your heel should only be up for a small amount of time, and in fact your heel should be down on the foot plate again in between strokes to avoid too much lifting from the leg or hip. We can break most of heel up playing into two parts, the leg stroke and foot stroke. A combination of these two movements will help us achieve all kinds of bass drum patterns with hopefully minimum effort. The leg stroke should begin with your foot flat on the foot plate, and the beater should be a few centimeters from the drum head. The calf muscles push up and the front thigh muscles lift gently so that the heel rises. Using a rocking motion on the ball of the foot and articulating from the ankle, try to hop onto the foot plate. The beater will first of all go towards the head and then it will be released quickly. Land on the ball of the foot, therefore making the beater strike the head, whilst the heel practically lands at the same time. Let's try the previous exercise again using leg strokes. Exercise 2. Leg stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that with the leg stroke, the motion should be generated from the foot and ankle, and that you should be careful not to lift too much from the hip. Another good tip is to raise your stool slightly higher so that your thighs are at least parallel to the floor. Okay, let's now move on to the foot stroke. The foot stroke is always played before the leg stroke, as a part of a group of more than one note. The motion is similar to the leg stroke, except that as the heel is being raised, the foot plays one or more note as part of the upward movement. I've found a good way to isolate the feel of a foot stroke is to put your sticks down and practice foot strokes by cradling your thigh in your hands. This allows you to feel the motion of the foot stroke through a pivoting type action from your ankle by using calf and shin muscles. Let's try our exercise again, this time cradling your leg in your hands and just utilizing the foot stroke. Exercise 3. Foot stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. The really useful thing about foot and leg strokes is that we can articulate multiple notes. And I would suggest you go back and apply these techniques to my previous funky bass drum independence lessons. But for now, here are some classic examples of where we can use our new heel up technique. Remember, in these next written exercises, L stands for leg stroke and F stands for foot stroke. Exercise 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before we finish our look at alternative bass drum techniques, it's also worth looking at one more method known as rocking technique, or sometimes called toe-heel method. It's a technique that consists of two strokes, the upstroke and the downstroke, which are used to articulate multiple notes in a forward and backward rocking type motion. To play an upstroke, use the heel as the pivotal point and play a flat-footed stroke with the ball of your foot, and with an upward motion raise the heel of your foot, at which point be sure to release the beater from the head. Now you're ready to play the downstroke. From the position you're now in, all you need to do is play a leg stroke by landing on the ball of your foot, forcing the beater to play the drum head again, whilst the heel practically lands at the same time. This really is a great way to play 2, 3, 4, or even 5 notes at a time on the bass drum. Here's a nice fill exercise using right-left with the hands, followed by the up and down strokes of rocking technique. Exercise 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are many different techniques available when playing the bass drum pedal, and there are many names for what are essentially a handful of methods. Most people find that with some practice, a combination of heel down for quite a jazz type feathering on the bass drum works well, but that for loud rock type grooves, a more punchy heel up technique works best. Explore as many variations on these themes as you can and try to incorporate your new bass drum control into both groove and fill type settings. Above all, be patient when trying out your new skills. You'll probably find that adjusting from your old ways takes quite a bit of dedication. Stick with it and practice these things every day, and you'll soon find that these new techniques will take shape. Good luck, and bye for now.